All right, so scholars, how's everybody doing? Sixth grade, I hope everybody's well. I won't be back until next week, so just letting you guys know. Mrs. bien-aime is doing well. Brooke, the baby, she's doing well. So that's it. Now let's touch base to what we're here to talk about. Heart and Soul by Kadar Nelson. That's what we're talking about today. Fourth chapter. The war fought in the United States between Northern, the Union, and Southern, the Confederate States from 1861 to 1865, in which the Confederacy fought or sought to establish itself as a separate nation. The Civil War is also known as the War for Southern Independence and as the War between the states. Just giving you a little backdrop at that time or at this time, they needed coloreds to serve in the army. So at that time, Caucasians, Europeans, they were dying left and right from being sick or having the pox, and so they now try to get colored people. Notice here from African descendants, the bounty of $100. You pay $13 a month in order for these men to now serve in this war. But Pap is going to tell a different story of how it happened. As the war started getting closer, everybody started or tried to unite as one to fight now these wars. Here's a picture of Pap in the army, now serving. Here's also another picture of other colored men who decided to become free as they served. Here is a picture of a war going on at Fort Wagner, South Carolina, 1863, where colored men were fighting with the states. Here you see another group of men who took the side of the Union, the North. Here you see an actual authentic picture of these colored regiments, the 54. Why is Abraham Lincoln so important? What did he do besides the Emancipation of Proclamation that allowed these slaves to be free? These slaves literally worshipped Abraham Lincoln because he did the impossible. He freed these slaves, and it wasn't until January 1st, 1863 that they all became free because the North and the South couldn't come together. And now you have this whole sense of freedom going on in the South and in the North as well. And so you can imagine now these chains being broken, everybody being free, everybody going to their slave masters and saying, you know what, guess what? I am set apart. I am now free. I am not bound by your chains. And this is how we get, or this is how we start the whole revolution of being free in the United States of America, at least. After freedom, Abraham Lincoln is now assassinated and shot. And the next person now to be president is Andrew Jackson, which we all know is on one of the dollar bills. You know, Mr. bien-aime always has to drop a nugget. So the nugget here is, if you notice the coins, all the silver coins are facing one way while Abraham Lincoln is facing the other way. On top of that, Abraham Lincoln is copper, which is brown. And on top of that, he is the cheapest one, which is a penny. And the reason for this is because of what he did when he freed the slaves. And so this is how they wanted to commemorate him, by him facing the other way, making him sort of a traitor, so to speak. So today's lesson is basically just the opening of chapter 4. You're going to read it on your own. You know that you need to circle each word that you do not know. After you do that, then you are going to, the next time you're going to actually answer some questions based off of this chapter and based off things that you've seen in this video. Pretty much that's it. So see you guys next week. Deuce.